Welcome back. In recognition of Heritage Week, TransNamib, together with the Meseums Association of Namibia, is hosting a range of activities celebrating the TransNamib Museum's 30 years of existence under the theme Heritage and Culture, a Rock-Solid Foundation in Namibian Sign Language. For insight on this, I'm joined by the Corporate Communications Manager at TransNamib Limited, Abigail Rubenheimer. Abigail, good evening and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Abigail, just to start with, talk to us about the importance of, preserving our heritage sites and culture and why it needs to be done.
Of course, heritage sites, Namibian culture, heritage, it's a substantial part of our country's history. And when we're talking about heritage sites, we are talking about, structures, artwork, artifacts, anything that has to do with the history of the country. And when we preserve our culture and heritage in a meaningful way, it honors our past. And it really makes sure that our past is not forgotten. So we know that history shapes who we are today, and it gives insight to where we are going in the future. So it plays a big role in terms of preserving heritage and culture. If we're looking at the way forward and we have to reflect on the past as well.
With kicking off this heritage and culture celebration, TransNamib hosted a panel discussion on Monday. Talk to us about what are some of the aspects, that were discussed and unpacked at this discussion.
Yes, so as you rightly mentioned, we kicked it off with a panel discussion on Monday. We had a presentation which started or kicked off the panel discussion by Dr. Shiomeka from UNAM. And his topic was really around heritage and culture in the age of digitalization. So I think what was really interesting coming from his presentation is that Dr. spoke about the tools that can be used in terms of ICT to preserve and safeguard heritage and culture in the modern world. So we know that with advances in ITC and advances in technology that you can really at this moment even do a digital tour of a museum, for example, overseas, sitting in front of your laptop. So the panel discussion really focused on what Namibia needs to do in terms of heritage and culture preservation going forward.
Give us a brief background, Abigail, about TransNamib's museum that has been in existence for 30 years. That's quite a milestone.
Yes, it's quite a milestone, and we're really excited and really proud of our museum and really how we've managed to preserve, especially the rail history of Namibia. So the museum officially opened on the 1st of July, 1993. It's situated at the Windhoek railway station. I'm sure many of us Namibians have had the privilege to visit the Windhoek train station and actually see the locomotives in front of the train station that they used to use back in the day. So we've got quite a comprehensive exhibition of maps, equipment, other items that really dates back so far to the German colonial times as well as the South African administration. So also there's a section dedicated to Namibian Airways history as well as the maritime history of Namibia. So it's really a reflection of a Namibian transport history.
Fantastic. Abigail, talk to us about the remaining series of activities that TransNamib will be hosting.
We're very excited about this coming weekend. Starting tomorrow, we will be having a disco at the railway station, the Windhoek railway station. It's starting at 6 o'clock in the evening. It'll be until about 10 o'clock. On Saturday, we will be having a parade, which will include a brass band, and it's starting at 9:30 in the morning. We'll be meeting at the Zoo Park at 9:30. From there, we'll be heading to Palm Tree Park, where we'll be having a range of fun activities. We'll have exhibitions, games, entertainment as well. On Sunday, we'll be ending off the week of activities with a jazz and blues, which will be live from the Palm Tree Park, and that will be starting from about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, about 12 to 2.
Abigail, can you hear us? We seem to have lost you there for a second.
Yes, I hope you managed to hear all the activities that we've got planned for the weekend.
Abigail, thank you so much for your time this evening and thank you for joining us. Well, we're going to take a brief break. We'll be right back.